Let's move on to main topic number 3. And our third main topic today gets submitted to us by Samuel Pole. And Samuel Pole writes, Warner Brothers is apparently pleased enough with Wonder Woman 84's performance that they are fast-tracking production on Wonder Woman 3, according to Deadline. Given that Patty Jenkins has an undated Amazonian prequel to produce and a Star Wars movie to direct for 2023, how much does this realistically impact when we'll see the next Wonder Woman movie, since I doubt it could be here much sooner than 2024. All right, thanks a lot for sending that in, Samuel. And yeah, for you guys who may not have heard about this, Warner Brothers has greenlit Wonder Woman 3, and they are quote-unquote fast-tracking it, although that might be a little bit of a kind line. Here's what we get from the folks over at Deadline. They write the following. They write, Diana Prince is officially heading back to the big screen for a third Wonder Woman movie. Warner Brothers has fast-tracked development on another installment of the DC Comics franchise, with Gal Gadot returning to star as the title heroine and Patty Jenkins back to write and direct the concluding entry in the superhero trilogy. Warner Brothers said the third Wonder Woman movie will have a traditional theatrical release, and we'll talk about that in just a minute here. Traditional theatrical release. This first thing's got to be pointed out is this. Don't think for one second that this move just happened, that Warner Brothers just greenlit the Wonder Woman 3. This was greenlit weeks, if not months ago.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, Rob, I completely believe, I mean, I have no insider information here on this, but I'll just completely what I believe. When Warner Brothers went to Patty Jenkins and said, we would like to put this out now on HBO Max, I guarantee a part of that discussion was, we guarantee the green light on Wonder Woman 3. I guarantee you that was part of that discussion. On top of we're going to give you your $10 million in bonus money and everything else that came along with it, I guarantee you part of that discussion was Wonder Woman 3 and saying, don't worry about it, it's covered, we're going to green light it, go. But we want to put Wonder Woman 84 on HBO Max, which is fine. But yes, this was not something that just happened. This has been in the works for a long time. What do I think about that? Well, I'm very positive about it. I feel very positive about it, because here's why. As disappointed as I am in Wonder Woman 84, the one thing I would say, though, is that, again, I have all the faith in the world in Patty Jenkins. I love, Rob, I think you and I both really appreciate what Patty Jenkins did in the first Wonder Woman movie.
I'm a huge fan of hers.
Yeah,
I mean,
and what she did with Monster.
Monster is an incredible movie, too.
It won Academy Awards.
Yeah.
I mean, she directed Charlize Theron to the only Academy Award that she has. I mean, she's incredible. But again, I believe every director has a bad day at the office. And to me, and I know some people really loved Wonder Woman 84, all due respect, personally, I was quite disappointed in it. Not awful, but just pretty disappointed. I think Patty Jenkins is going to learn from this experience. I think she's going to recognize, okay, what did I do that worked so well in Wonder Woman 1? What did I do that clearly didn't work with a lot of people in Wonder Woman 2? And I believe Wonder Woman 3 is probably going to be the best Wonder Woman movie yet. I don't know that, and I might be eating those words when it comes out. I thought Wonder Woman 84 was going to be awesome. But hey, there you go. But I honestly think this is a no-brainer. Wonder Woman is a part of the trinity of DC. Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. The first Wonder Woman movie, we all forget, because we only remember what happened yesterday. The first Wonder Woman movie, Rob, everybody forgets now. The DCEU, the day before the first Wonder Woman movie came out, was a mess. Every movie they put out, even though I happen to like all the movies that had come out, but all the movies that had come out, half the critics hated it, half the audiences hated it, they weren't living up to their box office potential, and everybody was talking about they should reboot this damn thing, all this kind of stuff. And then Wonder Woman came out. And Wonder Woman became the first DCEU film where all the critics liked it, all the audience liked it. It was a huge financial hit. It was a big, big smash success for them. Huge. And due in no small part to Patty Jenkins and others who creatively worked on that film as well. So it therefore becomes a no-brainer that this is going to get a part 3. And even after my disappointment with 84, listen, Rob, Michael Jordan I told this story on my thing the other day, but Michael Jordan tells a story about, I remember watching this interview with him, and he said, Michael Jordan saying, you do realize that I missed more game-winning shots than I hit. And I remember when Michael Jordan saying that, and it's like, it puts it in perspective. Look, not everything that every great actor or filmmaker or writer ever does is always going to be like absolute top shelf. And I'm hoping this was Patty. Yeah, what? I'm hoping this was Patty Jenkins' stumble. I'm hoping she's going to recover. And I have high hopes for Wonder Woman 3, even though I was disappointed with 84. Anyway, Rob, you hear this news about Warner Brothers greenlighting it. What do you think about that in general? And also on top of that, she's got a Star Wars movie coming out in 2023. As you know, as a director yourself, directors don't just work on a movie for 2 months like actors do. They spend years on it. When are we, and obviously she knew she was doing Wonder Woman 3 before signing up to do Rogue Squadron with Star Wars. So when are we going to see a Wonder Woman 3 at this point? What do you think is going to happen here?
Well, first of all, like you pointed out, I mean, this movie was supposed to come out last, May? All of these decisions were made months and months and months ago. And they just weren't, why announce it? They weren't going to announce it because this is like the ratification of a bill. When a movie comes out and does well, and this movie did it did better than anyone thought it maybe could during the pandemic. Worldwide, it's already taken in over $90 million, which doesn't seem like a lot, but judging by what the release patterns are and how much movies are making worldwide during this pandemic, it's doing all right. And we have no numbers on HBO Max now, but I'll bet you they were talking about how it was 3 times anything else anybody had ever watched on HBO Max. I had a really good experience watching HBO Max. The picture quality is great, and I loved it. But I think, look, like you said, I'm sure she's deep into her Rogue Squadron movie as well, because they are, you can work on 2 projects at the same time. And, a movie might take, it depends how long it takes to shoot. But let's say a movie takes, I don't know, a long production schedule's 90 days. So you're going to be in production for 90 days, which is, say, 3 months. You can shoot a movie, then you go into post, and the DGA allows you 10 weeks before you have to turn in a cut to be looked at by the studios. So, let's say it takes her 6 months, and then to shoot and come up with a preliminary edit, and then visual effects are happening, and maybe another year of post-production and all that. So that's like a year and a half. But look at James Gunn. I mean, if you look at what he did with Suicide Squad, then he's going back over to Disney to do Guardians of the Galaxy. We could see 2 movies in 3 years, depending on how quickly people want to work. So I think now, knowing that Wonder Woman 3, whatever it is, she's probably, I would imagine, if you had to bet, if I was a betting man, and I am, I'll bet you there's already a draft of Wonder Woman 3 that they have looked at. And when they say they're moving forward, it's fast-tracked. It's because they have a script. So they're probably already in various phases of pre-production on this movie. So maybe as part of her deal, you could see this movie shooting in 2021, and then she starts working on Rogue Squadron in earnest in 2022.
And don't forget, there's also a Cleopatra movie. There's a Cleopatra movie she's supposed to be doing somewhere in there at the same time. I'm dubious about that film moving forward. I'm a little bit too. So apparently, according to the numbers, it wasn't the highest viewed thing ever on HBO. That title still belongs to almost every episode of Game of Thrones.
Right.
But it was for an original movie, and they're saying they're estimating that roughly half of HBO Max's subscribers. They didn't also include HBO in general, but half of HBO Max's subscribers tuned in to watch Wonder Woman 84. Of course, this was the first big, what was supposed to be a theatrical film that they put out on HBO Max. So it did very well. And I think it made a little over $16 million at the box office, which is a bigger return than Tenet got in its opening weekend. So they're saying it is the biggest release in the COVID era right now. Of course, they're all looking forward to the post-COVID era. So things could be getting very busy for Patty Jenkins. We'll have to wait and see how that goes. Question is, guys, what do you think about the fact that they've already announced and greenlit Wonder Woman 3? To me, it's a no-brainer. Obviously, we're all hoping it ends up being more like Wonder Woman 1, less like Wonder Woman 2. I believe Patty Jenkins will learn from whatever mistakes they made on Wonder Woman 2. What do you guys think? You looking forward to it or not? Jump down into the comment section below and let me know your thoughts. Okay, guys.